This is Trailblazers Leagues, a temporary game mode where we complete tasks to unlock new areas, gain points to unlock powerful game altering relics, all for the ultimate end goal of Dragon Cup. This is my journey. Hello and welcome back to the League account. Last time I finished off my final area, unlocking the last area and getting up to 11,000 points. I now have 4,000 points to go until tier 7, and that's going to be the goal of this video. Gonna get the 7th tier, unlock that relic, get the top XP boost, get the top minigame boost, and everything's gonna be hunky-dory after that. So I put together a list of a lot of tasks, and specifically, I want to do a lot of the desert tasks because I unlocked this almost like 200 tasks ago, and I really haven't done a lot. If we go to the desert area and look at the complete tasks, the tasks that I have completed are few and far between. While if you look at the incomplete task list, like look at how small this scroll bar gets. So I'm going to try to do a little bit of everything. Maybe not get the Tunic and Shadow just yet. Decided to do some Guardians of the Rift here just to see how it goes for rune crafting, get a couple games done. There's a task for one Guardian of the Rift closed. In the future, I probably want to upgrade some things, get the better pouches, get that sort of stuff, and potentially get up to 56 agility so I can do the large Guardian remains, as that's going to be a lot more efficient. But I might do like up to 5 games, see how that goes. That is 3 games of Guardian of the Rift done. I got up to 57 rune crafting. I think that's probably good for now. The games are really slow because no one has any pouches. I think by like the end of the league, it's going to be a lot better. But right now, it's not ideal. Let's loot from here and see if we can pull anything. Yeah, with 8 pulls, I didn't imagine getting anything. But it's unfortunate that I got the dupes of the talismans I already have. And I'm going to go get all the talismans in all my regions and go craft runes because I now have the level for it. That didn't take too long. I killed 74 of them, and I have, I think, every single talisman I'm going to need. Look at the inventory. Got some duplicates as well. And the only one I don't have on here is the Law Talisman. You get the Law Talisman by talking to the Dunstan, because normally you get it for completing a quest, but you don't actually complete the quest in this, I think. Now, the Water Rune task is craft 50 Water Runes, but it counts the multiples, so we were able to get away with that by making 100 in one go. And at the same time, we're going to try to make a combination room. I think I just used the Water Rune there, and I made 12 Steam Rooms losing my Talisman, but I had a duplicate Water Talisman, so that was fine. Got a medium task done there. Cosmic Runes, again, is a 50 runer, so all you do is last recall in. Not too shabby. 50 Law Runes is a hard task. That's 80 such easy points. I don't know how many points I got from this. I want to say close to 500 from all the rune crafting tasks, especially because I can grab a large pouch here, grab some essence, and just fill it up. And that is another medium task. That is a 1 agility lap complete. And that's actually a task to hand in the top to Simon Templeton here. I went around the desert, did some like really easy tasks like defeating a crocodile, killing a seagull, cutting a cactus, all that sort of stuff. And giving him an artifact is a medium task, and that got us another 40 points. One thing I do want to do before teleporting away from here is killing a desert goat. Not a task, but it drops desert goat horns, which we can be used to make a combat potion. And just like that, another medium task is complete. A combat potion. Mining 30 chunks of granite was another task. Pretty cool. Very easy, quick task in the desert. I kind of like these like 5-minute tasks. Like it's not like mining one where you feel like the entire task is you just running there, but it's also not like mine 1,000 where you're there for 13 hours. But now we're gonna finally swap over on to the ancient spellbook, which I haven't done yet. And I have a little bit of plan on how to get this done minimally, which I think is going to be kind of cool. But there's two tasks I knocked out, or I looked at right away that I could do immediately. And that is the Padoa teleport that brings us to the Edgeville dungeon, I believe. And then I can use Ice Rush as a spell, which is another task. And immediately after that's done, I can just recall my way out of there. And then I swap back on to the normal spellbook. I forgot about the Ice Burst and Ice Blitz as well. That's another 160 points right there. Quickly got that done. And now I think I've kind of exhausted the majority of the desert tasks, at least the ones that I can just check off very quickly. One of the things we needed to do with mithril bars was smelt a mithril bar at this volcanic fissure, which is a medium task in the Krend, but for the rest of it, we're just going to rely on here for making our mithril bars. Now, for Giant's Foundry, I'm not going to actually be using bars. I'm going to recycle equipment that I could buy from stores because it's quicker than the process of making these bars. But for the process of actually getting mithril bars to make mithril dart tips for the desert task there, I do in fact need to actually smith up these bars. So I need at least 100 mithril bars here. I purchased myself a lot of chain bodies here because that's what I'm going to be using at Giant's Foundry. I actually probably didn't have to buy that many because I'm going to be moving on to Addy once I hit a boosted level 70, so it's only going to be a couple swords. Quest complete, another medium task. We also got 6,000 smithing experience, which actually bumped us up to 77 or 58. And funnily enough, that means we can actually go right to Addy here, and the steel chain bodies I bought are actually useless. I'm just gonna put them down here. And then if we use these on the Crucible, they'll count as bars. Essentially, you can either use already smithed items, and they count for 1 bar less. So the chain bodies take 3 bars to make, so they only count as 2 while they're in there. Or you can use bars, but because bars are so much more annoying to make, and I can go get 100 right away, we can just commission from Kovac. Gonna ask us to make a broad blade. I set the mold for the Crucible, and then from here we're gonna get a very nice sword. And this was like 200k experience in the main game. There's a lot of tasks associated with this, so even if it's not the best XP per hour, it's gonna be pretty good for our point gains. That is the first actual sword complete, handing it in to Kovac. We got 133 quality there. That got us 150k experience. Smithing, which means I can now do rune at 85. So you know what? We're gonna move on to rune. Now for rune items, I'm gonna go for rune plate skirts. Again, they're gonna provide 2 bars each. I'm not gonna be staying that much longer, so I don't need to go super hard here. So I think now that we're 85 smithing, this should be pretty easy to get above the 150 for the next task, assuming I don't make a mistake in this much longer process to make a sword now. That was a 168 quality sword. Pretty good, netting us up to 75 smithing. That is level 77 smithing. We completed our goal for now. How many swords did I hand in? I handed in 7 swords. And I'll be able to buy all but 1 of the molds. And then we can start saving up points. I think in total, points-wise, I need to get 8,000. I need to get 20,000 points in order to get all the items here. But I'll probably wait to come back for the 16 times experience and 8 times minigame points, as I'm all of 2,500 points away from that. Ended up smithing up 1,000 rune dart tips and Addy dart tips with our enhanced level. That was a hard task, an elite task. That's another 280 points. So I'm getting closer and closer to that next threshold. And like with the mithril darts, I might as well go ahead and fletch these. Just because I have them stored in the bank. They're a lot of experience. Like I'm getting probably close to 20 mil XP per hour right now. Maybe 10 because I suck at clicking these. So I just finished up editing my most recent video, and I gathered up a bunch of clues. Now I have 42 beginners, 11 mediums, and 7 easies. I think I'm going to go to try to complete all of these. I'm going to keep the hard, elite, and master in the bank. Hearts are kind of bugged right now where there's a lot of tasks from the wrong region. And also, I already got the 18 collection log slots, so I don't think there's many points to be gained there like there are points to be gained with the beginners, mediums, and easies. And who knows, maybe I even pick up Ranger Boots. They're going to be pretty common in this league. Definitely very achievable. In terms of fossils, I'm now up to 47 large fossils. So I think my next AFK session, I'll be able to complete the museum. And hopefully, I'll be at 16 times experience. So all the lamps I get are going to boost my agility level even further, because agility is by far the hardest trade for me to skill in my region. Did a little bit of farming tasks right here. Got myself a bucket with super compost. Also made myself a compost potion. And now I'm going to just sit at this tool leprechaun. This is my version of banknote. Who needs banknote when you can just unnote things at the tool leprechaun? And I'm going to make the 100 or so ultra compost. I only need ultra compost for herbs because everything else just grows instantly, but for herbs you want to have the extra lives to get more resources. So I think having 100 ultra compost is going to last me the entire league, because I just need to plant enough herbs to get to 50 mil herb lore. Had a friend come around and we did the heroes guild quest together. Basically, because it's an annoying quest to do and we were both online at the same time. There's going to be a bunch of levels with the boosted experience, 47 strength, 64 attack, 63 fishing, 63 mining. I will take it all the way to the bank. I'm surprised there's not a task for completing that quest, but it is something we did need to do. And the reason why I wanted to do it is to be able to charge Dragonstone jewelry. Finished off my clues. I got myself 44 beginners, 9 easies, and 6 mediums. And let's see what we can get here. Collection log wise, I got 7 out of 16 beginners. There will be a task for 10 uniques. I think I'll get that. I don't think I'll get the full one. The full 16 out of 16, but we're currently 1980 points away from the next relic. I wonder how many points we'll get from this clue adventure. Oh, I'm actually going to keep this blue wizard's top because that is a clue step, and I don't want to accidentally drop it. But I got 10 unique items from beginner clues. And there's the blue wizard hat. So I'll grab the wizard body out and the wizard hat, put those on. That's a task right there. And now I can drop them. Okay. 24 cabbages. Just rolled cabbages 3 times. Love me those bare feet. Amulet of Defense. I'm now up to 10 collection log slots. Oh, a triple unique clue. None of them are new, I don't think, but that's pretty cool. I filled 5 easy slots by getting the black pickaxe. That's kind of funny. I thought I completed the entire collection log there. And I filled every beginner collection log slot by getting the frog slippers, and I did it in 88 clues. That is so great. Look at that. Every single one is done. I don't need to do any more beginner clues. Thank you very much. But we can look at the collection log here. I'm 16 out of 16 at 89 clues. Thank you very much. Thank you for the black pickaxe. For the easies, I'm up to 5, and mediums, I only have 2. So we'll see what we get out of these clues here. And now that all that's left is the 6 mediums, I had 11 clues to start with. Maybe I'll end up getting a lot more. But we'll see what's going on here. I got the blue. I got 2 H4s. Wow, these clues are really good. Look at that. This is a 5 unique medium clue. That's crazy. Armadillo Cloak, Ancient Crozier, Ancient Miter, and Green Body G. I just got 2 prior cloaks in back-to-back, and 2 Armadillo Cloaks? Back-to-back clues? What is this? Climbing Boots G, my first set of boots. There's just so many uniques here. Like, my bank's gonna get full so quickly. Oh, wait. Equipping a battle staff is a task? So that is a medium task complete. And now I can drop the fire battle staff. And what are we going to get in the final 3 clues? I got a Hosidius banner, Armadil cloak. I got 25 unique items from medium clues. Another Hosidius banner. I keep getting these like back-to-back duplicates, but the final clue, a couple more uniques, but we didn't pick up the Ranger boots. But I got a total of 100 collection log slots, 20 medium clue collection slots. That's so good. 24 mediums and 8. For easy, not as good. 19 clues complete, only 17. I think I got a lot of dupes with easy. But holy hell, a lot of stuff. And point-wise, I got 800 points for that. I was at 1980, and now I'm at 1180 to go. Clues are so good for points. With my daily lunch eating session, I have gained some more melee experience, and I'm now up to 60 strength. And I also equipped myself a dragon weapon here, so I got 80 points there, and I can get another 80 points once I leave here and go towards Moral Wreck. And we can now purchase the Tizar Ket Ohm, I think is what the task is. And that is another hard task. The Obby Mall has been equipped. So I haven't done any math here, but I think by just doing some farming contracts, finishing off some farming tasks, getting a lot of seeds, I should be able to get the final 1,000 points. Because the farming relic doesn't force these tree saplings to grow immediately, I still need to wait for the 5-minute farming tick. I'm going to go ahead and pre-make these, so there's less of a chance of us running into issues here. But I do have a wide variety of seeds, so that should put us in a good situation to not run out of any seeds. And I did some Master Farmers earlier, so I'm hoping for some good luck early. So we can get farming contracts from Guildmaster Jane here, and I'm going to start with hard contracts. The hardest seeds, but if you can't do that contract, you can lower it down to a medium contract, and if you can't do that medium contract, you can lower it down to an easy contract, but you can't skip the easy contract, so you can potentially get stuck there. So the first thing is a dwarf weed, and I'm unsure if I have a dwarf weed seed in my seed vault. Let me check at the herb seeds. Looks like I do not have a dwarf weed seed, and then we also check over here. We do not have a dwarf weed seed, so unfortunately we can't complete our first hard contract. So all you do is you talk to her. Do you have anything easier? And then you ask for a medium contract, and she's asking for poison ivy berries. And I know I for sure have poison ivy berries. We completed our first farming contract. There's tasks all the way up to 150. But once I complete a contract, I get a seed pack. I get my next contract, and we go for a hard contract again. This time it's a magic tree, which I most definitely don't have, and I didn't get a magic seed in there. You can search magic, doesn't exist. So again, I'm going to have to lower it down to a medium contract. Eventually, I'll get one hard contract, and once you get the one, it kind of starts to snowball. I had planted a curry tree there a long time ago to try to get it to die for the resurrect crop, but that didn't happen, so I got a medium task for checking it, and then we'll get a hard task for checking the grown palm tree. Completed our contract, and this is going to be where we're going to start to see where the seeds come in. Got my first Celastrus contract where I had the Celastrus tree, and it is a diary task for the elite diary, which I'm going to do eventually to harvest the Celastrus tree and then fletch it into a battle staff. So I'm going to take the Celastrus bark, unnote it at the bank here, and turn it into battle staff. So this should probably oh, it doesn't complete all at once. That's unfortunate. Probably won't do more battle staffs because I don't need the crafting XP. But just in case there's some sort of task associated with making a battle staff, I will keep the bark in the bank. All right, I got the redwood sapling contract, or the redwood contract, and I have the redwood sapling, meaning I can grow this. And I think, funnily enough, this is actually going to also get me to level 99, which will be another 200 points, 530 points away from the next relic. We can check it right away. Yeah, 269k. That was a double elite task moment because I got 200 points for checking a grown redwood and 200 points for reaching level 99 farming. I'm now 330 points away from tier 6. Right, it's tier 7. There is 50 farming contracts complete. There is also a task for 150, but I think I'm not gonna go for that. I got basically everything I need here. The only seed that I'm missing is a magic seed, which I didn't get a single magic seed, and I need 2 magic seeds, one for Falador, elites, and then one for a task in Lumbridge. But you can't win them all. The seed economy is looking real good. Like, look at these herb seeds. And each of these are tripled, so it's going to be really good. Like, I think just this Irit seed stack might be 99 herblore banked, which is so crazy. With the farming contracts done, I've filled up my inventory with a bunch of random shit that's going to get me the final 250 points. First off, we got to go to the Brimhaven patch here. And I don't think this is actually a elite task, but this is a future Karamja elite diary task. So I wanted to make sure I didn't forget to do this and plant a palm seed here. Then we can check it, and then it's going to be both an elite and medium task in the Karamja area. The elite task is for a palm specifically, and the medium task is for any fruit tree there. Next up, and I don't know why I'm even running there, because I can just teleport there right to the Calquat patch, and we can plant another Calquat tree. I do have a lot of Calquats in the bank, but I'm not going to plant them yet until I get 16 times experience, because why bother getting 145k experience when instead you can get 180k experience. Next up is Fossil Island, where we can plant ourselves a mahogany tree. Same thing as before. I'm not going to bother. I'll wait till I get higher experience. But by checking this, I complete another hard task. Then I can light a bug lantern and equip it. That is a medium task. We are now 50 points away. And I'm going to make myself a mithril grapple here as another 40-point task, leaving us 10 points away. And the last task that I'm going to get here is to wield the Dorgrishin crossbow. Technically, I wielded it earlier, but it only becomes a task once you unlock Asgarnia. So that is enough points to unlock the tier 7 relic, giving us a very difficult decision. Tier 7 is probably the first tier where there's some choice, and I think that your choice is going to have a big impact on how you play the league. I won't go into too much detail, but the first one is Vampirism and Penance. Basically, you regain prayer and HP by dealing damage. The second one makes your special attacks insane, especially true for off-style special attacks because they're guaranteed to hit. So I can use melee attacks at 100% accuracy when I'm forced to melee. But for range is not that good for me beyond the ZCB. And then the last one is Berserker, where you deal more damage the lower your HP is. And they also have this cool secondary effect that the first hit you do on any enemy is gonna be your max hit. So if your max hit's above a monster's HP, you are guaranteed to one-shot it, assuming you hit. But I think for my playstyle and the type of content I want to get done, Soul Stealer is going to be the best. Not only does it provide me prayer and HP, but it also is a DPS increase. This ends up being about between 8 to 10% increased DPS, and it also increases the floor, so killing low HP enemies will be a lot more consistent. And I think it synergizes well with not having Banknote. If I had Banknote, I would have access to unlimited noted food and prayer in my inventory, but because I don't have this, I think Soul Stealer is going to be really good. And it lets me AFK a lot more, which is good for editing and making videos. On top of that, by getting this tier, the League XP multiplier increases to 16 times. That's the highest it gets. And the minigame points received are boosted by 8 times. So now that both of those things are maxed out, I don't feel bad going to finish MTA, or I don't feel bad going to do pest control for XP. Now that they're maxed out, I can kind of do whatever I want, and I can slowly work my way to 24,000 points in the final tier. But let's pick Soul Stealer. I have decided what my first major grind is going to be after getting 8 times experience, and that's going to be Magic Training Arena. I already picked up the 4 Master Wands, the Infinity Boots, and Bones to Peaches as points earlier, but there is a task for equipping the Mage's Book and also a task for getting full Infinity. And this is something I'm going to do eventually to get Dragon Rank, so I might as well do it now because the magic levels will help. There's no future buffs to it, and it's going to help me get closer and closer to tier 8 and the 5 times drop rate. Oops, I did it again. I forgot to record while I was claiming points. Alright, so I equipped the mage books, I equipped the full infinity robe set, but I was not recording. That is the first master task I completed, giving 400 points. The hard task gave another 80 points, so I picked up 480 points there. And it just kind of shows the power of the 8 times minigame boost. This took me like 3 hours to get done, and I even took a break to eat at some point. Very good. I now have some pretty good magic gear if I ever need to do mage, but I will most likely be ranging everything. And you gotta love the fashionscape. But with this out of the way, I am going to end the video. We got up to tier 7, unlocking the Soul Stealer relic. And also alongside that, we got 16 times experience and 8 times minigame points, which is going to give me a lot of power going forward into the next video. I am basically unlocked. I can do anything, and it's all efficiency this way. I think I'm probably going to just make generic progress, and once I hit 20,000 points, I'll probably start focusing on tasks again as we push towards T8 and getting the final relic tier and the 5 times drop rate. But have a good day, and I'll catch you in the next one.